You know what keeps most people stuck in the same place year after year? It's not lack of talent, not lack of opportunity, and definitely not bad luck. It's comfort. Comfort is seductive. It whispers to you, stay where you are, don't risk it, don't fail. It gives you the illusion of safety while quietly killing your potential. I've seen it again and again. People with incredible dreams, powerful ideas, and endless energy, yet they never take that first bold step because comfort convinces them they're fine where they are. I remember when I was younger, I met a man who said something that shook me to my core. He told me, "Oh, the walls that protect you from failure are the same walls that keep you from success." That line hit me like a thunderbolt. Because it's true, the same barriers you build to avoid pain also block you from your greatness. Think about how many times you've said, "I'll start when I'm ready." You're not waiting for readiness. You're hiding behind comfort. Here's the reality. There is no perfect moment. There is no magical time when all the stars align and everything feels easy. There's only now. Right here, right now, is where change begins. The 4%, the small group of people who actually win, who actually live their dreams, they don't wait for fear to disappear. They act despite it. They move forward when every cell in their body screams, "Stay safe." They feel the fear, they acknowledge it, and then they step forward anyway. Success doesn't come to those who sit and plan forever. It comes to those who move. The difference between the 4% and the 96% isn't luck. It's action. The 96% let fear make their choices. The 4% let T-Air vision guide them. The 96% wait for motivation. The 4% create momentum. Comfort feels good, but it's a slow poison. It lulls you to sleep, makes you believe that tomorrow will be the day you start. But tomorrow turns into next week, next month, next year, until one day you wake up realizing that a later has stolen your life. So I'll tell you this. If you want to be among the few who truly succeed, you have to break up with comfort. You have to get addicted to growth, to uncertainty, to challenge, because that's where life happens. That's where transformation begins. The 4% didn't get lucky. They simply decided to stop negotiating with their comfort zone. Let's talk about hunger. Not the kind that growls in your stomach, but the one that burns inside your soul. That hunger is what separates the 4% from the 96%. It's the fire that doesn't go out, even when everything around you seems to be falling apart. The people who succeed are not necessarily the smartest or the strongest or the luckiest. They're the ones who are hungry enough to keep pushing when others stop. When the 4% wake up in the morning, they don't wait to see how they feel. They don't scroll through their phones hoping for something to inspire them. They wake up with intention. They decide, today, I'm going to grow. Today, I'm going to push the boundary a little further. It's not that they never get tired, discouraged, or afraid. They do. But their hunger is bigger than their fear. Their desire to win is louder than the voice that says, "You can't." Most people wait for motivation like it's a guest that might someday knock on their door. But the truth is, motivation is born in movement. The 4% understand this. They create their own energy. They move first, and the feeling follows. They know that every step forward, no matter how small, creates momentum, and momentum is what keeps that fire alive. It's a mindset, a way of seeing the world. When the 96% see a problem, they see a dead end. But the 4% see an opportunity, a puzzle to be solved, a challenge that will make them stronger. When life throws them a no, they ask, "How can I make it a yes?" They don't shrink when things get tough. They expand. They think in possibilities, not limitations. I've met people who have every reason to give up. No support, no money, no easy path. But they succeed because they're starving for more. Not for fame. Not for validation, but for growth. The 4% live by a different rule. Their success will never rise above their standards. And so they raise those standards. Every day they demand more of themselves, more focus, more discipline, more resilience. They don't settle for good enough. They don't live in the land of average. Wage. And that's the secret. Because when you raise your standards, your life has no choice but to rise with them. If you want to join that 4%, you must feed that inner hunger every single day. You must train your mind to see opportunity where others see fear, to chase progress instead of perfection. Because the moment you stop feeding that hunger, it starts to fade. And once it fades, you become just another person waiting for life to happen, instead of being the one who makes it happen. ChatGPT can make mistakes. Check important info.